Today, I want to talk to you about social media. Social media as a lead source, working social media, looking at social media and saying, hey, needs to be a viable lead source for you, right? Many of us want to say incorrectly, right? When you're using social media, if you're just posting updates of what's happening, that's just a status post. But what I want to talk to you about today is how do you make social media an actual viable lead source where you're generating leads, right? And this is important. I mean, if this is going to be one of your pillars, we need to make sure that we're approaching it correctly. So the first thing when we look at social media is understanding the numbers. What's the expectation should be, okay? So again, when we talk about social media, we are referring to pretty much Instagram and Facebook. They're the dominant when it comes to social media. Yes, you can generate business from a LinkedIn, and yes, you can get some from Twitter and TikTok and Snapchat. But I want to say primarily it is Instagram and Facebook. That is the majority of where leads come in. So let's look at the expectations. I want you to write this down. For every 100 leads that come in from social media, you should get at least one deal out of it, right? I want you to understand the type of consumer that you're working with, right? For the most part, when you look at the different types of buyers, right? YouTube is considered, I would say YouTube is more towards online lead generation, which is completely different animals. Okay, so social media, and the reason we separate them is simply the KPIs, right? If you're looking at marketing online, and we're referring to Google advertisement, Google ads, YouTube, your website, funnel systems with landing pages, that is more, and if you want to know the KPIs in that, it would be for every 50 leads, will you get one deal of it. It's so social media, they're further down the line in the buying process than it was online. And the reason for that is the type of consumer that they are. And what I mean by that is, for the most part, out there, you got two types of buyers. You have the impulse buyer, and then you have the research buyer. And we all fall into that those two categories at different times. So on social media, you're on your phone, you're like that, you're going, oh, here's a quick ad. Ooh, I like this information. Click. Now, Facebook knows all my contact information and auto-populates, and I'm like, come on, I want to see this ad. I want to see this information. That is a common lead that you would get from social media. They're just flicking, and it's like the impulse buyer. On the other hand, when it comes to online leads, they're more of the research buyer. They're typing in homes for sale and my marketplace, right? They're looking for that. They're actually doing the research. So they're further down the line in the buying process than I would say social media. And that's the difference. So 1% is typical for social media, 2 to 3% is typical for online leads. However, online leads are way more expensive than social media leads, right? You can generate social media leads organically, right? And again, it's all a mindset. How do you want to tackle working social media? If you're just doing posts here and there, you're not going to be generating the leads you deserve, right? Those, again, are status updates. What you want to do is come with a plan, an organized plan when it comes to social media. And I'm going to share with you a social media site or an agent here in the Toronto area who, in my opinion, is the real kind of perfect example of how to generate leads organically on social media. So I'm just going to share my screen. The agent's name is Stephen Kim. Stephen Kim. As you can see here is his profile. Now, what has Stephen done? Okay, what has Stephen done? Stephen, just so you get some background on him, in 2019, decided to go all in video. He decided to do 3 different shows a week. Very intentional. He had his Motivational Monday. He had his Richmond Hill Wednesdays, and then he had his Foodie Fridays. So 3 shows a week. And he did it religiously all of 2019. And at the end result, because I interviewed Stephen, and he mentioned to me that in 2019, he can directly relate about $90,000 in GCI that came strictly from social media, that came from his videos. Right. So in 2020, he decided to go really all in and decided to create 7 shows. So he had his Motivational Monday, he had his Home Tip Tuesday, his Richmond Hill Wednesday, his Think About Thursday, Foodie Friday, then he had the Stephen Kim show, and then he had his vlog. So as you can see, there's some other ones in between, but those were the 7 that he did in 2020. And at the end of 2020, he looked it up, he earned $360,000 strictly from his videos and from social media, right? So now in 2021, as you can see here, he's added a few more videos. He's now committed to trying to doing 10 videos a week. And if we go back to it, you can see that there's a couple of extra ones that have been thrown in here, like this one here, and there's actually this one here. So why do I bring this up? It is intentional. Every single one of his shows are intentional. So let's take a look at it. Motivational Monday. So he talks to give some sort of quote. He always does that. It's all the time. He wipes his face as if he just worked out. Let's be honest. He didn't work out, but he does that anyways. So he's talking, he's catering to his tribe. That's what he's doing. He's catering to the tribe. And he's looking at, doing some sort of motivational quote, whatever it may be, measure your success by the person you become next year. Okay. Now, what's real key with this is, of course, his hashtags that he's using, and they're always different from each show. Now, let's look at his other shows. I want to show you something real important here. He does his Home Tip Tuesday. Again, it's related to real estate, right? He's giving a tip. Home Tip Tuesday. And in this case, he's talking about something about Halloween, right? He writes it out, look at his description, and all his hashtags are now different, right? They're not always the same hashtags. He's not copying and pasting. He's actually typing in the hashtags, which is very important, right? He also uses, now I know that Instagram does puts the wordings up or whatever you're saying, puts up the text. In some cases, he's actually recording the video and then he puts in the text. Now, what you notice here is he's standing in front of a green screen, right? He's standing in front of a green screen and he records his video. Then when you go to the next, where are we? Where's Wednesday? Yeah, Richmond Hill Wednesday. He's standing in front of the same green screen. He's actually on the other side of the green screen, and he's changed his outfit. And now he's talking about Richmond Hill, whatever he's talking about here. Again, themed with the month. And then we go into Think About Thursday. He changes his shirt again in front of the green screen, and he's talking about whatever. So here's the thing. All the shows that you see here resonate with him. They have some big thought. It's not, hey, look at me, I just listed this home, or look at me, I just sold that home. The shows that he's talking about resonates with people. So he is looking at his tribe, right? So what I would challenge all of you is, if you're interested in creating organic leads on social media, number one rule is consistency. Whatever you're talking about, be consistent. Come on this all the time, right? I'm saying, when I say consistent, it's like every week, right? If you're going to do 1 show a week, then do 1 show a week. Make sure it's good, right? If you're going to do 2 or 3. Now, I can give you a rule of thumb. We're looking at doing at least 3 Instagram posts a week. Now, a post is anything that's under 1 minute, ideally video. That would be the best, but you can do a stagnant post if you wish. We also look at doing at least 1 Reels post a week and 1 IGTV posts a week, right? If you're looking at doing the numbers that Stephen Kim is doing, you need to up your game. Like he's now at 10 videos a week. Now, the question you probably ask me is, Danny, who's got the time to do these videos, right? I can tell you that I'm using Stephen as an example. What he does is he schedules a time every single week from 9:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. He is recording all those videos. All 10 videos get recorded at that time, right? Every single one of them. So he has, again, if you really look at this, it's just a green screen. It doesn't take very much, right? You're in a green screen, right? He knows exactly what he's going to say, right? He's pretty much reading a teleprompter and it's just recording it. And then the background gets changed. And then you look at his, the next one, same idea, right? It's recorded in front of a green screen, just got a picture there, and he knows exactly what he's going to say. It takes some effort in knowing what to say. Now, the Foodie Friday, well, this is pretty much his last video that he records, and he has to go have lunch. So he just simply picks a location, and he goes there and has lunch. Oh, this is a great restaurant, by the way. I've been there before. And I really like the Foodie Friday because there's some really cool places he goes to. I think this is his most popular video. Why? Because the first thing is he's going to be hashtagging or tagging, not hashtagging, but tagging the restaurant. In this case, he's not tagging this particular restaurant because I know it doesn't have an Instagram account, which is funny. But in previous Foodie Fridays, I'm sure he's tagging. Yeah, see, he's tagging the restaurant. Why is that important? Why is tagging a restaurant important? Well, the followers of that restaurant will now see your video. They get to see your content putting out there, right? So now you've just increased your audience, right? If you ever do a listing video or a buy or like a sale video, and you're like, hey, I want to post, hey, just list this property. Take a look at that area. Look at something such as schools or parks or even community centers that are on Instagram and tag one of them. Say, hey, we're next to High Park, and you tag High Park. So anyone that follows High Park is now going to see this particular video, right? Anyone that's following a particular school, right? Because they like to get some information, they like to see the Instagram on the school. You've tagged them, right? Now they're going to see this video. So real important that you use tags and hashtags on your social media, right? And then the next thing I really like about what Stephen Kim's done here is this description. Okay, real important, right? It's not all real estate, as you can tell, right? He is looking at his tribe. But here's something that all of you should have. It's called a link tree. linktr.ee. What is a link tree? This is what you would use as opposed to a website. Right, all your social media profiles, when you fill it out, they'll say what's your what's your website. I would use a link tree because what a link tree is, it's a menu. A link tree is simply a menu of everything. If I want your website, here you go. If I want your Facebook page, here you go. A YouTube channel, it becomes a menu for you. So real powerful is using something like a link tree. All right, let's continue. So where else can you get your business organically? I'm going to say Facebook. How do we do it from Facebook? It's putting regular content out there. But to take it to another level, is creating a Facebook group page. A Facebook group page is a powerful tool to generate business. And I'm going to share with you one of our clients, Shannon Murin. She created, you're from Campbell River when? Now, she started this off with about 200 members, and take a look at this, folks. She's got almost 9,000 members, and she started this at the beginning of the year. Really powerful tool. People keep posting on group pages. These are amazing, right? Now, you could do it by creating yourself, or you could do it what Brad Walkerton is doing. And what he does is he's looked into his marketplace in Ottawa, and he's picked little towns, little neighborhoods, and he joined all the different Facebook groups that are out there. He's got like 20 different Facebook groups. And what he does is once a month, because he posts an update of what's happening in that little town. What's the average sale price of a home? How many homes have sold? And because he's regularly posting like once a month, because these groups, if you keep posting your information on it, they'll kick you out. But once a month, and you're giving a simple update of what's happening in the marketplace, he starts becoming that realtor for the group. And he's getting business from that. He gets a lot of business. So that is another way to organically generate leads from social media. Now, I think I got a question here. Should we add this to his own personal videographer to create content? Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Jen. It is called captions. Awesome. Another way, like if you're not going to do this, what we call sweat equity, because that's what I'm describing to you. This is you organically trying to generate leads yourself. The second way to do it is to hire a professional, right? And I would recommend, if you're going to go into social media as a lead source, right, streettext.com is probably the best one out there to generate leads. They'll create the ads for you. They have the funnel systems, they have the landing pages, and you end up getting the lead itself. So there you have it, folks. You can either do it yourself or just hire a company to do it for you. Does anyone have any questions, concerns, hallucinations regarding social media? You guys all good? All right. Yeah, you guys know what time it is. You guys know what time it is, right? Let me ask you, right? Please unmute yourselves. Please unmute yourselves. Loud and proud, baby. What day is today?
Money-making day.
Right. It's a money-making day. So what do you have to do in your business to move it forward? I would recommend getting a role play partner and practicing your scripts and dialogues. Make sure you practice your craft and be better. You guys are awesome. I'll talk to all of you tomorrow.
Thanks, Danny.